This is Steve Robbins. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. Bernice runs the Green Growing Things plant shop, and her husband-to-be fiancé Melvin works as the IT guy there. They have it made. They can be schmoopies at home and co-workers at the store. Well, except recently, work has been following them home. Melvin has a computer problem that he doesn't want to bring up because it might make Bernice mad. Bernice, on the other hand, doesn't want Melvin to know about the cash shortfalls or the recent canceled orders. She suspects the computer system screwed up the orders, and it might be Melvin's fault. After all, every time she looks over at him at work, she sees him playing video games, not testing his software. Tonight, they snuggle in for an episode of their favorite show, but there's something that's just off. Even Buffy's Taekwondo takedown of a cemetery full of vampires isn't quite enough to relax them. Working with our friends and family can be a blast, but business can introduce business worries, and then work tensions can hurt friendship. To keep your friendship strong even when business problems intrude, make sure you have a way to catch and resolve problems early. Do this by checking in regularly and make sure that everything is okay with the other person. And there's one magical check-in that will help you keep your relationship on solid ground. You just play Mad Libs. You play complete the sentence. Now, you could check in with each other by asking, "What's wrong?" But "what's wrong?" sets up a negative conversation. It could veer off into blame, anguish, and years of couples therapy. Instead, check in by finishing the magical sentence, "What I'm afraid to tell you right now is." Complete the sentence with the news that you're most afraid to share from different areas of your relationship, and share them in a positive, constructive way. This very phrasing itself acknowledges how hard it is to say what we need to say, and it does it in a non-accusatory way. Bernice and Melvin need to be able to bring up difficult work issues without it becoming personal. What I'm afraid to tell you right now is provides a way to bring up the scary stuff while framing it as a known minefield. Schedule these regularly. It's one thing to know what to ask your partner to make sure that things are going great, but it's another to actually do it. Schedule a time to check in so that you both actually get around to making sure that everything is hunky-dory, peachy keen, and even neato. Bernice suggests that she and Melvin work with the magic sentence at a midweek lunch check-in. And indeed, she suggests they check in every week. If there's nothing to say, they can just enjoy lunch together. If there are issues to resolve, however, they can address those. Melvin agreed, though he was a little apprehensive. What if a difficult subject comes up? Bernice is rather famous for her temper. And that's why how you do your check-in is just as important as doing it. Deliver your statement in a positive or tone-neutral way. It's Wednesday, and it's time for Bernice and Melvin's check-in. Bernice wants to jump right into the conversation, guns blazing. "What I am afraid to tell you right now is that we lost a ton of flower orders, and this month's revenue will not be enough, and it is all because your stupid system doesn't work." Whoa, Bernice, back off. Just using the words, "what I'm afraid to tell you," isn't enough. Delivery matters. Plan your delivery. Plan your delivery as well as your words. When expressing yourself, it can be easy to blow up and deliver your message angrily, but that rarely solves the issue and it ends up making everyone feel bad. Instead, try to be as neutral or as positive as you can when you're telling your partner what's up. People react to the emotion in your voice tone. If you sound mad, it triggers the other person's lizard brain. They'll suddenly bare their fangs and go for the jugular. So deliver your phrase in a voice tone that won't upset them. Rehearse it in your head with different voice tones, and then deliver it in a tone-neutral way. And by the way, remove adjectives and words like stupid. Just state the facts. Bernice's new version might be, "What I am afraid to tell you right now is that we lost a ton of flower orders, and this month's revenue will not be enough. It's your fault because of an issue with the system." Well, okay, she said the phrase in her head first, and in the nicest voice she could possibly use. By removing the judgmental words and the aggressive voice tone, Melvin would be able to hear her message. But there's still room for improvement. It's tempting to stick to the facts and assume that our emotions don't matter when solving the problem, but checking in is a process of expressing yourself fully so that you don't blow up later. Expressing yourself means recognizing what you feel so that you can own your emotions. Then name them. Here's how it sounds. "What I am afraid to tell you right now is that we lost a ton of flower orders. I am scared and worried that this month's revenue might not be enough. It is your fault because of the issues in the system." Saying she's scared and worried names her emotions, and it lets Bernice own her reaction. It also lets Melvin know what's going on beneath the surface. He cares about her. He cares about her a lot. So when he hears this, he'll want to find any way to help that he can. But, as you probably picked up, the last piece of Bernice's check-in is pretty harsh. "It's your fault" isn't a phrase that most people can hear without feeling bad. Speak in I language to deliver news without accusation. Humans love to blame, and it makes sense because it feels so good not to be the one at fault. Unfortunately, by blaming, you make the other person feel bad, and once again, their lizard brain takes over. Only this time it grows to 500 feet tall and destroys Tokyo. By phrasing things from an I point of view, you can keep them calm and Tokyo safe. People get defensive when blamed, so instead of saying, "you hurt me," say things like, "I feel hurt when you," and then name the behavior they did. Bernice's new version eliminates the blame. "What I am afraid to tell you right now is that we lost a ton of flower orders. I am worried that this month's revenue might not be enough. I am scared that the problem may be with the system." This way, the blame isn't on Melvin. Bernice is talking about her fears and talking about what her fear that the problem is based on, not about Melvin's performance. She follows it up with a question so the discussion can move into problem-solving mode. Perfect. Since the magic statement finds problems when there's still teeny-tiny nagging issues, you don't even need to solve the issue right away. During your check-in, you can just make a quick plan to fix something later. With a deep breath, Bernice gently told Melvin what was going on, and he replied easily, "I know what's happening and I'm all over it." They hugged super sweetly. Bernice was already feeling better about the month for the store, and Melvin had a weight lifted off his shoulders. Relationship check-ins help detect hidden landmines before they become a problem by using the magic sentence, "What I'm afraid to tell you is." Ask it with a friendly voice tone. Name your feelings, eliminate blame, and speak in I sentences. Then, make a plan. In part 2 of this episode, we will explore different ways that you can use the magic sentence to keep your work and life running smooth as melted butter. This is Steve Robbins. Follow Get It Done Guy on Twitter and Facebook. I run webinars and other programs to help people be extraordinarily productive and build extraordinary lives. If you want to know more, visit steverrobbins.com. That's STEVERROBBINS.com. Work less, do more, and have a great life.